here is the tube. So you can see why it would deflate rather quickly. Yo, what's up? Duff here. You are looking at my Master V4 that I crashed out on the Mockley Road last Saturday. I am going to be trying to, first of all, take it apart just to inspect the damage. And that includes taking the tire off to take a look at that tube. Some people, when they watch the video, they're like, hey, how do you know that the tube was bad? Let me just show you how I know. I did I think an Instagram post on this or something, but not on YouTube. So this is how I know that the tube is bad. When you can do that with the valve stem, it's a pretty, when you spin it 360, it's a pretty good indicator that the valve is bad. Or the valve stem tore off the tube. So let me, I'm gonna work, I have to take all the Clark pad stuff off. So let me work on that and then we will get down to the nitty gritty of this process. Before I start, I am gonna take a Sharpie and just kind of mark the outline of where I have the pads at because I did feel pretty good as they were. So let's mark that. Let's be proactive, right? Something that I'm not always very good at. All right, I'm gonna start undoing what I did before. Just realized that I really should do a quick close-up of everything that happened here. You can see the scuff on the pedal, and the Clark pedal. Up here, this was the rubber top here. This was pushed back, so it kept hitting the lift button, so that's why I just ripped it the rest of the way, so I don't know what it's like underneath. Yeah, you see lots of blood there. Sorry about that. Got scuffs on the front, and on this side, this little battery box protector took a nice little shot, and more scuffs on the pedal there. But really, as far as damage goes, I think that's pretty much it. Even though I do see like some burring on the rim, probably from when I went down and I had no air pressure and the wheel was almost on its side. So hopefully the rim's okay because my plan is to try to put a tubeless tire on this thing. If my memory's correct, I removed two bolts here, 2 bolts in the bottom on both sides. This should just come off, I believe, at this point. Once I get it around the damaged rubber shit. There we go. Yeah, this part looks nice and intact. All right, so let's see what we're dealing with here. I am going to take the pedals off. For some reason I had it in my head that I might not have to take the pedals off, but of course I do. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking clearly.
Please subscribe.
Trying to see what I'm dealing with here. Whoops. Here goes the light cover. All right, let me figure out how to get this off because it sure seems to me like the metal underneath here is bent. All right, so what it looks like to me is the light got jammed down because it did hit its nose at one point, and now this is kind of stuck on the battery box as well. So I'm hoping, whoa, if I can relieve this pressure. But I don't think the control board box and everything looks okay. So I'm thinking this is all related to the light being pushed down. So this might not be as bad as I first thought. All right, I took the bolts that hold the light on, and this is broken. The light assembly is broken. And obviously this rubber piece is ripped. So I think I will need, at a minimum, replacement light assembly with the rubber. But this all looks fine. It's not cracked, it's not damaged, and I don't see anything bent there, so that's good news. It could have been much worse. Pedals are now off. Now we need to drop it on its side to remove the motor bolts on either side. And then the motor should slide out. And then we can look at the damages inside once I get the tire off. All right, I removed the 4 motor bolts on either side to make access easier. I also removed the 2 rear battery packs, not removed, but I disconnected. They're not removed, they're out of the way. Remove those battery packs. Now this should slide out. There we go, the stupid spacers in there too that I hate. Okay. All right. I have to move the motor cable. Note to self, when doing this, it's probably better to be on a bigger table or to pay closer attention to the body of the EUC, because I was sitting here working this tire and I pushed this way and this dropped off the side, and I very, very quickly reached around and caught it. I think before anything bad happened, but yeah, not a good scene. All right, let's examine this one thing at a time. Here is the valve stem. Can we focus on that? Here is the valve stem. Yeah, you can see how that's torn completely out. Here is the tube. So you can see why it would deflate rather quickly with a hole like that in there. Yeah. And finally, I guess we need to look at the hole in the wheel, right, in the motor. All right, when you look at this on the side where the valve stem extends through the middle part, it is sharp and it is just an abrupt edge. But on the inside, you can see that they actually did chamfer this. This is angled. It looks like there was some attention given to making sure that this was not overly sharp here. So this is not bad, that side. So I don't know. What does that tell you? I don't know. Maybe my pressure was too low. Maybe the tube was just defective. I don't know. But I don't think it was because this hole was overly sharp. All right, welcome to a day or two later. Since you see me last, I did actually have this tire when I worked on this last. I did install the tubeless valve. I just put it in and tightened it down, and hopefully it is tight enough. I guess I won't know for sure until I put air in it. Now you will notice that this, I did check, this is a C38 motor. The information I got in the live stream was, as far as tubeless goes, the C40 motor is definitely tubeless compatible. The C38 is supposedly not, because you notice that this is not a deep rim. Like most rims that support tubeless is kind of a deep V, has more on the side for the tubeless tire to rest on. This does not. So I mean, this is just an experiment, right? The tire itself, this is the TNT tire, the same one that's on the Sherman L. The difference with this tire is this is a tubeless tire that was actually designed for electric unicycles. I don't know, a veteran made that happen. I'm not sure how it happened, but this is actually designed for electric unicycles. It's not a repurposed motorcycle tire like a Michelin Pilot Street 2. So yeah, let's see. I've already attached zip ties, which has been my new preferred treatment to install tires. And I put some bull snot around the side. So let's just see how easily this slides in, because I think it's going to be pretty darn easy. And usually I don't even need tools when I use this technique. I can just use body weight, lean on it, and it's on. Yeah, if you've never installed with zip ties before, you should. You should. So there we go, it's on. So now I'm going to cut the ties and see if I can get air in this thing. I'm wondering if I either would have to take it to a gas station, not a gas station, but to like a tire place again, or maybe just, I don't know, with the work I do, it might be to my advantage to have a high-speed inflator on premise. So I don't know, but let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to do this with my Ryobi portable inflator. Okay, it's seated and inflated. The tubeless valve is the problem. It's leaking there. So let me try to address that. So I popped the tire off so you get the valve off here, and I'm 99% sure that I'm missing the little rubber gasket that goes here. I'm scratching my head now wondering if it fell off when I installed it and didn't notice. I don't know, but without a gasket, it's not going to seal. I guess I'm going to look around a little bit more for it, and if not, I might just run to the auto store and see if I can find a gasket that would fit this, but that's not going to work. But, you know, I will try to come up with a creative solution. 2 hours later. I might have just not been talking the entire time, or might have been recording when I thought I was. Basically what I did was I went to AutoZone and got my hands on a miscellaneous O-ring kit, which had all kinds of different size O-rings. This is a kind of a pretty fat one that I put on there and tightened it down. It seems to have created an airtight seal based on what I'm seeing on my inflator, but it is not the original gasket that came with that, so it makes me a little nervous. But I'm going to see how well this holds and proceed based on that. I got a set of hex bits for my Ryobi impact driver. Makes life much easier. And I decided to make it easy myself. Usually when I do this, I don't bother to take this off, but with the impact driver, it's so freaking easy. Just do it, man. Makes it way easier to get to the motor bolts. So this pedal hanger bracket off. And with this, it makes it very easy. And these bits are magnetic. Another win. Got them on Amazon. If you're interested in them, let me know. I'll put a link up there. When I've taken this apart before, like I would be hesitant to take the battery boxes off. I wouldn't take the pedal bracket off. Just, I don't know. I'm not quite sure why. Because it's way easier to line stuff up when you do it, when you take that stuff off. So I'm trying to make life easier. And now that I'm using my impact driver, I can do it much quicker. Okay, I have it mostly back together. Tires on, batteries are reconnected, have the light half-ass connected. Let's make sure it still balances. Speaker is dead. If you haven't noticed, it makes no noise. All right, but it is balancing. All right, great. And I think I'd like to do a lift test just to spin it to make sure the tire looks true. There's just not great places to grab it right now. Let me put it on the floor and see what I can do. I think I can manage this without hurting myself. But this is the way that I like to verify that the tire is spinning true. Grab it by the Clark pad in the back, and I'm going to kind of grab it here in the front, and maybe here, I guess, in the front. And let's see what happens. Okay, it's no beeps, like I said. Spun nice and true though, nice and true. That looked really good, so that makes me happy. Take the earbuds out. Yeah, makes sense. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this video. It's long enough, so this will be like part 1. Part 2 will be me putting it all the way back together. I have the additional parts that I need coming from eWheels. Jason's been very helpful in this process. I have a new headlight and the top rubber assembly coming, so I need to get that replaced, and then I need to put the Clark system back on. And road test this thing, right? See how it is. So if you found this video interesting, please think about giving it a big thumbs up. If you made it to the end of the video, you're at this point, thank you very much. If you want to let me know that you made it this far, put #crash in the comments, and I'll know that you made it to the end. If this is the first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you hit the notify bell that's over there somewhere. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. I don't know, it feels like I missed something there. Big thanks to my channel members, of course. Channel members are listed right over here. Last time I knew, I have 23 of those. And I think it's gonna wrap it up. Saturday night. I was gonna edit it tonight. I'm losing my motivation to do that at this point because it'll take a while, so I'll probably edit it tomorrow. But that's all I have for now. Until next time, Duffman out.